Hey y'all, Rick Rex here, coming at you with a wrap up on our Quantum Power set. This time we're concentrating on our melee build. Now Quantum has not failed to impress one time, and this one is just no exception. The power set is pretty amazing all the way around, but before we get into the action, if you like what you see and you want more, hit that like and subscribe button to help keep the channel growing and also to not miss one single update as they drop. Now that we have that out of the way, today we are concentrating on that Quantum melee build. Now we're using a few things to spice it up, but I'll get into that in just a second. But first, let's cover our standard build stuff. That's our white mods, arties, and allies. So for our white mods, we're using Replenishing Adapter for our weapon, Supercharged Oblivion for our head, Escalating Might for our neck, Berserker for our back for that extra damage, Penetrating Strikes for our chest, legs just simply don't matter here, so it's your choice, Tumbling Master for our feet to keep us out of trouble, and max damage as always in our hands. Now for our arties, we're using the Transstrat Quiz combo to max out the crits, get that innate damage, and also to get that extra damage and supercharge return from Quiz, which is super important. And now for allies. This is where we get to spice it up just a little bit. We're using our normal format for support, which is Batman Who Laughs and the Luck of the Draw for his cards, and Emperor Aquaman for his Hear My Call to buff Robot Sidekick. Now for damage, I'm going to plug in Black Adam so you can actually get a peek at him. Now, he will factor into a lot of loadouts for a pretty specific reason, but right now, his usable support ability is broken on tests and not doing much of anything. So they should fix him up here shortly, and I'll cover that once they get him out of ICU and how it may affect our loadouts moving forward. Now on to our build. Now for our weapon, no points are necessary here as usual. And for our movement, we're going to take our super ability, don't forget that, and then one on the second row of your choice, and then the innates on the lower right hand for acrobatics, and for everybody else to the left. And for iconics, we're taking Robot Sidekick and Sonic Cry only. And for the actual build, we're grabbing Superpowered Focus, max out our crit attack chance and damage, and then fill up our Might and Power as much as possible, and if anything's left, we're going to dump over into Health for survivability for sure. As you can see here, the new max out for the next episode is 340, so get to work on those skill points, y'all. And now for the start of the show, that's the loadout. We're using Singularity, Lift, Sonic Cry, Alcubierre Wave, rounded out with Robot Sidekick and Oblivion. Now our rotation again is pretty simple with this one, we're just simply running 1, 2, 3, 4, rinse and repeat. Now let's check out the damage on this one and see what it puts out together. Oh man, this one smacks. Now there's only a few powers that are really worth getting down and dirty and up close with, and Quantum is one of them. I'll vote this one as worth the risk since it's such a nice reward in damage. Now it looks like we have a low of 153, 811, which is where our strat card is kicking in and we don't really have that rolling dot damage to help us out. But we spec all the way up to 224,622, and that is amazing. Now our average is sitting us right in that 200 to 210,000 mark per second, and I'll take that one all day long. Amazing numbers, and once again, I'd vote this one as actually using melee on the power when the situation allows it, just because the damage does so good. Now, even though I'm impressed with what the melee does by itself, let's have a little bit of fun, and let's get that peek at Black Adam, and that means it's that time. Let's drop everything. Man, this thing smacks. Now our big hit is 2,148,743 damage per second. And to do a little math, that's 21,481,733 in damage in 10 seconds, y'all. Incredible. We followed that up with some really nice parses, again in the 200,000 plus range to boot. So y'all, that wraps up Quantum, and this one was such a joy to put together, and I really can't wait for the next one. Up next, we're doing Celestial, and that's going to be a fun one too. So stay tuned for that one, and also, the Black Adam breakdown will be headed your way as soon as he gets out of intensive care. So once again, if you like what you see and you want more, hit that like and subscribe button to help keep the channel growing, and also to not miss one single update as they drop. Thanks for joining y'all, and I'll see you next time.